Look at her. She's wet.
Yeah, she's moist.
She's naked.
Soaking wet.
Shake it like I saw shake it.
All right. Hey, Foos. It's episode 261. Welcome back, and thank you for joining us once again for another terrific episode of the FooBar Show program. But before we get into anything, get your FooBar Show swag at FooBarShow.com. Find all kinds of items like t-shirts, pillow cushions, mugs, magnets, and stickers in tons of colors and styles. Go to our merch page found at FooBarShow.com to check it all out. Next up, click on the link for SoCal rock band The Fallen Electric found at the bottom of FooBarShow.com for music, tour dates, and merch. On Friday, February 11th, I will be at Crowley's in Riverside, California, playing from 8 p.m. to midnight with The Fallen Electric. Great drinks and a cool atmosphere inviting you to come down and enjoy an evening with The Fallen Electric. And lastly, Grass Store, everybody! Servicing Southern California and now servicing San Francisco area, Josh. They're the best cannabis delivery service I've ever used, bar none. Go to FooBarShow.com and click on our Grass Store banner, and first-time users get 30% off of their purchase. Thank you to those who have shared or clicked our banner and continue to show us some love. I purchased myself some daps today, and I think the Foos can agree they're mighty fine.
See, they're daberific, poo.
Daberific indeed. All right, well, episode 261. Here we go. From Filthy Martini Studios in Ontario, California, it's the FooBar Show! Hey, what is up, everyone? I am Josie. Oh, he does it?
Yeah, I do it.
He does it.
No, I don't.
Just do it.
And the food.
And Steph.
Jesus. Where am I? Thank you all very much for listening to the FooBar Show. Remember to hit subscribe and be sure to rate, review, and tell a friend like a champ. You can always listen in and get our swag at FooBarShow.com. That's FOOBarshow.com. And follow FOO Bar Show on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Join in, drop us a line, and we'll foo it up like a couple of foos, much like this. Ain't that right, Foos?
It's all food up, foo.
That's it.
It's all food up.
Let's land this plane and get the fuck out of here.
Oh, the landing gear's not going down, foo.
If y'all haven't caught on yet, the Foo is in studio. Welcome back, Foo. Hang on, I should have had the golf clap going. See, this is how unprepared we were for today.
There we go, Phil.
Smattering
Works pretty.
applause.
It works better now.
It still works.
Very nice, foo.
Steph, this is why you can't step away from the pre-game meetings. Okay.
You're part of the show.
I thought we demoted him.
So he's a guest?
That's what you've been calling him?
You guys have said it for like a month now straight.
Yeah, and all of a sudden you can't look him in the eye and tell him he's not about the show anymore.
Okay, I'm so confused right now.
All right, well, the Foo, for those who haven't
Been listening.
who for those who have been listening for the last year and a half, give or take, don't know who the Foo is. Anybody who joined us maybe throughout the course of the last year, and the Foo was one of the OGs, one of the original hosts of the FooBar Show, a show that bears his name, no less.
This is your annual reminder, people.
Yeah.
This is the foo.
Yeah,
Welcome.
this is the Foo.
Welcome to
It's the new origin story,
Yes,
Foo.
yes.
Well, look alive, Foo, because we gave you some homework. In fact, you gave yourself some homework. We actually have a Podzilla on today, and it's been a while since we've had one, and we left off in, the late 70s?
Just like old times, Foo. Podzilla.
Yeah, just like old times.
Well, we got through the first ones, like the first era. That, now we're back at he's back, Foo.
He returns, and we'll talk about it then. But these are the Godzilla lineup that kind of came about in the 80s, right?
Yeah, pretty much the whole filmography, discography, whatever. Mm-hmm. Picking up right onto the next one. There's a shitload of these films, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Foo, welcome back. I just wanted to ask you, what brings you in? Because this kind of came out of nowhere. You just sent the chat a message saying everybody gather around, and I'm like, oh great, she's pregnant again. And then no,
Well, I'll give you an update on that in a week then, since you want to wait.
yeah. Well, not that it's a bad thing, but you all of a sudden, is it because you got Rona and you don't care what you do anymore? What's happening here?
Well, Foo, now that I got antibodies, here we are, Foo.
Come on.
All right.
Pretty much back at where we were. Nothing works anymore, Foo.
What do you mean?
Don't sneeze into your arm or shoulder. Sneeze into the air. Just get this over with.
Right
raw
into
dog
the
it?
other person's face. Food. Sneeze. Just
Like
right
that
in
Office
there.
episode where Dwight was encouraging people to sneeze on him. That's how it is now, Foo.
Right.
It's fucking Wild West.
Yeah,
dog.
man.
Cool. Well, all right. Well, welcome back, Foo, once again. Now, there's one thing that I wanted to talk about in particular because it came up. And the last episode, I said I'd do a joint report. And because we have a Podzilla, and there's going to be a lot of show today, this will keep you up at night. Like this will satisfy your Foo Bar Show needs, at least until the next time that we do this. But I wanted to throw the joint report here at the front of the show. And I wanted to talk about something in particular that happened over the weekend, but let me just go ahead and play the.
Are you on weed?
thing here.
Give me some. I'll smoke you two under the table.
So, since I have the Foo here, this is also sparks up this conversation, and I wanted to ask you guys what the proper Weediquette is. Now, I'll give you my opinion, and then you guys kind of chime in what you think. Either you agree or don't, and then your reasons why. But I was at a function on Friday, and somebody had packed a bowl, and it wasn't my bowl. It was my buddy. Let's call him Jimmy. And
TJ Food?
yeah. I think it's his bowl. But anyway, he packs it, and it's going around, right? And I think the proper Weediquette is to corner the flame, right? So that everybody gets a fair shot at some greens, right? So,
Debatable.
okay, all right. Well, and it comes around to a particular person. Let's just call him Caesar. And he
I don't know who any of these people are.
These the names are changed to protect the innocent.
They're comic book characters.
Right.
Comic book characters.
And then Caesar passes it to Drew. We'll call him Drew. And then Drew notices that he ran the flame throughout the whole top of the.
It was a landing strip.
It was so and then we all kind of just like, oh well, so much for cornering it. But maybe he doesn't know the proper Weediquette. But maybe this is an opportunity for the Foo Bar Show to introduce everybody to the proper Weediquette when, now that we're kind of all getting vaxxed, everybody kind of is getting the virus, like the Foo here, and is feeling comfortable being around other people like this in a social situation. I'd like to reintroduce these etiquette or Weediquette things that can be thrown about. So what do you think? And you said debatable when I mentioned that.
Yeah.
So what would you say there?
Well, I mean, if you're the one supplying Foo, I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah.
So
If
you
you're
say it's he who supplies it.
he who supplies it can dry it, Foo.
Right.
But that's if you're the one like smoking out like multiple people. So
Ranch.
like if it's just you and your buddy, yeah, let's share some greens.
Right.
Or debatable, a three-way Foo. You can corner that bowl three ways.
That's the corner of your food.
It just depends how the seating arrangements end up. Wow. All you gotta do is twist the bowl, and there you go.
Okay. All right. I was gonna say I was gonna add to that. If it's your bowl, yeah. I think that you should still not be a dick about it. And be conscious about cornering the flame. But I think that if it's your bowl, you can allow yourself more than one puff, more than two puffs.
So, Foo, not only do you have to share your food, you have to plate it for them too.
Yeah.
Oh.
What were you gonna say, Josh?
Well, Foo, I say that if it is, let's say if it's not your pipe, if it's your pipe, if you're providing the pipe and
Yeah.
someone else is providing the bud,
Oh.
then
They're-
wouldn't the person who provided
Those are-
the pipe get greens?
top priority? Those are the
Or would they get initial greens?
or those are the 1 and 2, right? The pecking order
that would
of
have
greens.
I would say that would be 1 and 2 in pecking order of
So if
greens.
this was a deck of cards, the ace is
Well,
the
hold-
green?
well,
no,
hold-
the spades.
well, hold
or
on.
The spades.
Hold on here. How many people though? Because like up to 3 for me, sure, but 4 or more if it's a
If it,
smokegasm,
If
then
we go to
not really.
if we go to a smorgy, which is what you like to call it when it's 4 or more people in a bowl sesh, that's called a smorgy. Let's just get it out there now.
Is that real?
You must no.
God damn
A
it!
sesh is a sesh, Foos. You must provide. Pretty much the pecking order goes greens. Who provides the greens gets some fresh greens, obviously. Whoever provides the bowl gets number 2, and whoever's fucking house it is gets number 3 of fresh greens.
Okay.
Pretty much, if you're 4, you can be asked out on greens, dog.
Interesting.
Once you get to 3 or 4, it pretty much if 3 is gonna be the dick and does it, if
So-
it's their own house, then
So we have 3 options on the board then, right?
Okay, yeah,
So
looks
what's
like
Steph?
it.
You're like the
Uh,
you're like the deal. You're
you're the
gonna
mediator over here.
you're gonna say which is the best or none. Which is it?
Yeah, what's the pecking order here? What can you agree on at least?
what Josh said.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Victory is mine.
Yeah.
Well, I
No, because I
I
feel
have
like
to agree. I have to agree.
yeah, I feel like it's it's only fair.
Okay.
If we're going Weediquette, I mean, and if this is true Weediquette here,
Uh-huh.
that's just the proper pecking order.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me throw you a scenario.
Okay, let's do this.
This actually might be to Jimmy's detriment, but if you pack the bowl because you're the ones packing the.
Okay, so let me set a few
Ooh,
things straight.
okay.
It was
It was the play-by-play.
it was Jimmy's bowl, Caesar's weed, and house.
Ooh.
And Drew, as usual. No, he had some. It just wasn't his. We were.
So
wait.
Drew's the number 4 in this situation.
And me, really.
Okay, so
Yeah.
So essentially, both 1, 2, and all 3 essentially are on Jimmy and Caesar's favor. And who destroyed the greens?
Caesar. The guy who has 2 up on everybody else.
I say Foo. He followed the rules.
So either he followed the rules,
Well,
or he's a dick.
Hang
for
on,
not sharing
hang on.
greens.
But did he have to do that?
He didn't have to, Foo, but he was.
But he did
obligated
it.
To.
But he did it.
He was hungry.
He wanted,
Wanted a fresh salad.
Okay. Yeah. And maybe he just doesn't know.
Or how about the hierarchy is still set,
Okay.
but you at least need to let it go 1 round before fresh.
Well, yeah.
greens
There's
are
not a rotation. I mean, isn't that the
Well,
whole
that
point
doesn't
of
even
a
that doesn't it
session?
doesn't sound like it went even 1 round, right? That was all within the first round.
That was within. Well, wait. He. Okay. So let
So
me.
before you got the bowl, it was done.
I will to give Caesar more credit. I don't believe after he packed it. I don't think he took one himself. He passed it to his left, so that the guy to his left got the first greens. So when it got back to him, which means he was number 4, he destroyed it.
So then at that point, Foo,
Everybody got a green, but not a chance to get another green the next time around.
Well, Foo, I say there's no guaranteed second green stock. Let's just put that out there.
Okay.
There's no
So that's
guaranteed
part of it
second
too now?
greens. But also, he did follow proper protocol in passing it to the left, Foo. You always got to pass the Duchy to the left.
Yeah.
No matter what, Foo. That just means you guys were in poor seating arrangement.
You guys smoking in his apartment or like
It was
on
in
the
the,
patio?
in the back patio. Yeah.
Yes, Foo.
Standing in
yes.
a
This is a quite complex situation, Foos. But
Let's throw up a poll.
We just did, and you destroyed it.
Okay.
You're like Josh's stove a pole.
Right.
Well, actually, yeah, you said Josh is the best, so there we go.
Yeah.
you heard it. You heard
All
it.
right. Oh,
Mark it down. He said Josh is the best.
Get that drop.
That's a drop now.
Boom.
Hey, okay, so just to recap here, this is the proper protocol for people in a social situation. Whoever's weed it is comes first. Whoever bowl it is second. Whoever place it is comes third.
Yes.
Really, the place? Well, because you're just providing the venue,
You're just
right?
providing the venue, bro.
Okay,
In essence, you
I would say
yourself are just
I would
a
say it
bystander.
deserves an asterisk, because if you're doing it in the car, I mean,
Well, you got to give whoever's car.
But that's your venue.
Yeah,
that's the
that's it.
venue.
I mean,
Whoever-
really, you think that the car qualifies as your
It's
venue?
a
So
venue
whoever's
'cause-
venue it is, Foo. If let's say you're in the park, Foo, then it's anyone's.
Well, no, because like, I mean, a car is still in public. If you're providing the house, you're like, my rules here. will allow you to smoke.
But you have rules for your car. I've gotten in some motherfuckers' cars, and I'm just like, what do you mean I can't eat my fucking burger in here while it's dripping everywhere?
Don't touch
can
my
smoke a-
CD collection.
Yeah. Your CD collection? Fuck.
Damn.
I have them in a specific order.
Yeah.
I know where everything is.
Don't touch them.
You have to, because you have to drive as you change the CD, so you got to have that muscle memory, dude.
Ooh, that's the original texting while driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flipping through your fucking
MapQuest
CD
instructions.
fucking- yeah.
Isn't that? And to find your way back, you just had to remember the steps backwards.
Thomas Guide, foo. If you never had to drive cross country with the Thomas Guide, you never lived, foo.
Yeah.
Imagine driving to Canada with one.
I drove all the way to Colorado with one. I had to help my dad, and we got lost a couple times. Of
course.
It was fantastic.
Nice.
This wasn't on the map.
Hey, where's our exit, kid? 2 miles that way. God damn it!
It was the Goofy movie all over again.
Cliff and all, foo. Cliff and all.
Stupid.
Bad Wilder vacation.
Yeah.
Where we're going, we won't need roads, foo. Well, foos, yes, that is again the proper order.
So I'm sorry, man. If you didn't get greens that night, no harm, no foul.
Well, I got a little bit of greens, but another thing I wanted to introduce here before we move on to geeking out is it's puff puff pass, correct?
Correct.
No matter what the
No doubt, Phil.
the vehicle,
Even
is,
if you
right?
do two little puff puffs,
That's a
it
puff,
counts.
bro.
it counts as a puff puff. So the way I do it, and you
Hear
tell
that,
me,
George W. It counts, foo.
you tell me if I'm doing this wrong, because I now that I'm thinking about it, you guys tell me if I'm doing this wrong. So my puff puff is lighting it with fire. Inhaling that, maybe letting it marinate for a second, then blowing it out, and then seeing if by chance there's a cherry involved. I'll take a little hit of that, clear the carb, and then pass it.
Sounds.
That's my puff puff. It's 2 puffs.
Well,
It's not a joint food. You're taking 2 hits.
It's the same amount of lung capacity, though. So it's the same thing, in my opinion.
I'll allow it.
It's pretty good. That's a pretty good scientific argument, Phil.
Right.
I'll allow it, foo.
Okay.
That's technically still within the 2 range.
Because I didn't light it a second time
You're
either.
shorting yourself,
And
essentially.
if I didn't light it in a way where it provided cherry, then I'm maxed out.
But then again, you would then be denying greens. Because in order to keep
You're letting the fire grow, foo.
You deny greens.
But the ember remains on the area that
You're
I
still
just
eliminating greens, foo.
But foo, when you're doing the second puff, you're spreading that fire and eliminating the
All right.
surface circumference of greens. That are
But that's coming from a layer down under in that bowl.
Foo, with
The
Foo.
greens still appear at the top of the bowl, Josh.
Foo,
That's not how you're pulling the terpenes.
I'm judging
foo.
this based off of your lung capacity, foo, and I believe I know your lung capacity.
Uh-huh.
And those greens are gone, foo. They gone.
But you allowed it, so we're good. I think we're good here.
Damn, you got me.
That's true.
Fuck. Loophole.
All right. Well, this was a successful joint report. Thanks, Foo, for joining in on
I
that.
hope Caesar listens.
Oh, I'll make sure he does. All right.
Fucking Clockwork Orange style.
Well,
Sit down.
let's go on with the geeking outs, shall we?
See.
Smoke weed every day.
Hi, I'm Bill Cosby, and you probably know me from the news. I'm not a doctor, but I always played one on TV. And if there's something I know, it's how to properly organize your medication. Introducing the Mickey Mantle, my new line of medicine cabinets. The best way, the only way, to organize your medication or someone else's. Find the Mickey Mantle at your local hardware store today.